Welcome to the Record Machine Show podcast. And now, here's your host, James Michael Hollenstein.
My guest today is Robbie Litt, a Canadian-American singer-songwriter and musician from Ontario, Canada. With more than 35 years' experience performing across Canada, Europe, and the United States, Robbie has built a career inspired by legends like Lynyrd Skynyrd, Kris Kristofferson, and Johnny Cash. His life experiences and personal journey have shaped powerful songs such as This Is America and I've Been High, both which have reached thousands of listeners on Spotify. Robbie's passion for music and his connection with his audience has earned him a loyal fan base, affectionately known as Stalkers, who follow his performances wherever he goes. Alongside his wife Ruth, Robbie tours the country in their RV, sharing their music with audiences nationwide. Recently, the duo was recognized at the 2025 ISSA Music Awards in Atlanta, taking home the Silver Award for USA Vocal Duo of the Year. Robbie's latest album, Alabama, is out now on Spotify, and before we dive into the conversation, let's take a moment to listen to the title track, Alabama.
Down at the local dive, you can get your fill of whatever's on that grill in Alabama. Oh, sweet home Alabama. Roll, time, roll, give me some more Alabama.
Let's bring it home, Robbie.
Roll, time, roll, give me some more Alabama.
That was Alabama by Robbie Litt, and I'm excited to say I've got Robbie on the line for a chat right now.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Robbie. How are you?
Good, man. It's really raining here. Am I sounding okay?
You sound great.
Okay, good.
Where are you at today that it's raining so bad?
We are in Claremont, just outside of Orlando.
Oh, that's so. Yeah, you're in Florida. You're back in Florida again, right?
For a few more days, then we head to Tennessee. We're heading back to Wares Valley, kind of Pigeon Forge area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a gig last night?
I had 2 gigs. Was it yesterday? Was Sunday? The day before yesterday. Yesterday we had off. But I'm still I don't know, when I do 2 gigs in a row, it's like it I guess I'm getting old. It was hard when I was younger, but now it's just like I'm kind of like paralyzed for a couple of days kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, you need to recharge the batteries.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of you, like 8 hours of singing.
Now, you're in Florida. Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Ontario, Canada, a little town called Owen Sound, and I grew up there. I was actually born in Hamilton, but I grew up in Owen Sound and lived most of my life there until I ended up doing a cruise ship gig on the Mediterranean about maybe 12 years ago, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And that's where I met my wife, and then I became an American about 7 years ago, and I've been living here since.
Awesome. So you guys call Florida your home all the time, or are you guys traveling a lot too?
We call home wherever the bus is parked. So we literally we stopped into Tennessee a few months ago, mm-hmm. and ended up kind of really falling in love with that Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Wares Valley kind of area, because there's just tourists coming through there constantly, and as musicians we kind of tend to follow the herd, so we're entertaining tourists and people passing through and whatnot. So we just so much work there, mm-hmm. and that way you can kind of focus on your music and not have to worry about spending too much time trying to get fighting for bookings. Orlando's kind of saturated a little bit with not enough gigs and too many musicians, so it's been good, but we're really looking forward to getting back to Tennessee for a bit.
Yeah, so you guys must have went paperless with your bills, right? So you can just get your mail through your email and you could pay your bills over the phone, or do you have a P.O. box somewhere? We
have a mailbox in Florida, mm-hmm. Because that's technically our kind of home-based residence, but we're kind of figuring all that out right now. That's a good idea, though. We should get everything switched over. A lot of it switched over, but we should that would be a smart thing to complete, to just do everything that way.
Yeah, to get
Thanks for the idea, man.
You're welcome. Just get the apps for all the bills that you have, and then you just pay the bill directly to the app, and they send you emails as well when the bill's due. So technically, you really don't need a mailbox if you're moving from city to city in a nice motorhome, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's something to think about, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to get on that, Robbie.
I'm going to get on it today, man.
What sparked your love for music, and when did you begin playing your instrument or singing?
So that's a good question. I was doing really good in science in school, and my parents are both musicians. So my parents always had a music room in the house, even if like for example, my two brothers and I, we shared a room together, and the girls had another room, mm-hmm. but there was still a music room, you know what I mean, where nobody slept. It was just kind of music instruments set up and a set of drums and whatnot. So that was always growing up, that was just always in our house, no matter what house we were in. But when I was about 13 years old, my parents, they saw that I had really good marks, good grades in science and whatnot. And so they bought me this really nice microscope, and I was pretty excited about it. And then I used to fall asleep with a set of those big old, I don't know if you remember those big old Pioneer headphones, the big white knobby looking things.
Yeah.
But I kind of stole those from my dad. I'd fall asleep listening to this classic rock station. And I remember the first time I heard, I think it was Old Man by Neil Young.
Great song.
Yeah, he's from the same area as me, about 2 hours east of where I grew up, incidentally. But
cool.
I got so inspired by that song, it got me so bad that the next day I took my brand new microscope. I was 13, down to the pawn shop. I got $25 for it, and I bought a Yamaha acoustic guitar.
Nice.
And what can I say? Here we are. From then on, I was just music, and I played my first professional gig, I guess, when I was about 15 years old. Nice. Never looked back.
That's awesome. You mentioned Neil Young. How about some others? Who were some of the first musicians that had an impact on you when you were younger? So
one of the biggest ones was I went through phases where I just kind of devour anything that kind of touched me, but my big brother was really into Zeppelin. So we're talking kind of late 70s. He was a Zeppelin freak. Mm-hmm. And you remember the days when we used to tape record songs off the radio with a little cassette player or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to, get in with my big brother or whatever. And so I'd record all these Zeppelin songs off the radio. And in that process, I got completely hooked and addicted to Led Zeppelin. So that was one of my biggest first influences kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Then it was I went through a folk stage where I was Neil Young, Bob Dylan, Cat Stevens, James Taylor, Jim Croce, all that good stuff. And I didn't go really heavy metal, but I was into Ozzy for a little bit. And
that's cool.
And a lot of that 70s stuff, Rolling Stones, Beatles, all the classics,
Nice. Yeah, I picture you like listening to some like Johnny Cash too.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff. The really rootsy stuff. And
Yeah, the rootsy stuff. Like, cause you kind of got that kind of style to you too, you know?
Thank you. I love that stuff. Yeah, they're like the OGs, right?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your style a little bit. You got a brand new album called Alabama. It just dropped. Can you share some details about it?
So it's really interesting because for me, it's the first time I've ever recorded cover songs, and there's 2 originals on the album.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the rest of them are cover songs, and they're all songs that kind of are important to me. Like they're all significant songs that I've been playing most of my career as cover songs. But and just songs that are special to me. But I put my own kind of twist on them. They're not like, I didn't record them verbatim like the original artist. I kind of did them the way I'm used to performing them, and which is interesting too, because I've always been in if I had a band, like if I was playing with a band, like as in not a solo, we'd always have a 3-piece band, and that means you kind of have to adjust things to make up for like what we call signature parts. Like if there's like a signature guitar part that really like the song's kind of like missing it if it's not there, then you have to like figure out how to do it on the bass or on the guitar or whatever, even if it was a keyboard part. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's kind of my style, is to kind of adapt things into, we've only got 3 musicians, but we have to do all these parts kind of thing. And that's kind of maybe a big influence on my sound personally.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Thank you. And the Alabama. So Alabama was inspired by us. We got stuck in a little place called Elkmont, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, what are we going to do? Right. We're waiting for parts on our bus and whatnot. And Alabama just really took us in. So there was this dive bar called the State Line Lounge, and they had me playing there every single night. And we found out that Alabama's not allowed to gamble. It's against a lot of gamble, but they have this thing called the chicken drop. Do you know what that is?
No, I never heard of it.
It's pretty cool, man. I mean, it kind of, I don't know, things like this I'm a weirdo. This kind of stuff blows my mind. So we're up there playing, and this guy walks in with bib overalls on. I'm not making this up. And he's got a chicken under his arm. And I guess, so what they do, all of a sudden, I had no idea. So they set up this chicken pen in the middle of the dance floor.
Wow.
And they put this mat down, and it's got all these numbers on it. And apparently, overall dude brought the chicken. His name's literally Bubba. I'm not making this up. And he brings his chicken and he kisses it and he throws it in the middle of this pen. And apparently, if you bet on one of those numbers and the chicken poops on your number, then you're going to have a good night. You won the jackpot. So it kind of blew my mind. So that's what started the song, and just the kindness of everybody that was there in that state, for us anyway, just really, really inspired me, I guess you could say. But
great song. Yeah. Great song.
Thank you.
Yeah, that song's going to be featured in this podcast along with Bound for Glory and the original song Father that's on the new album as well. What's the story behind those songs? You're welcome.
Okay, so Father, there's 2 versions of that song, and it started out as being Brother, and it was it's actually one of my older songs. So when I was growing up, I was probably 16 or 17 years old, and we grew up in an LDS family. So my big brother, he served a mission. He went away for 2 years to Key West, and that was kind of a big Key West and Fort Lauderdale. He was there for 2 years. And for me, that aside, that was just like a real big thing when I was 16. It was, my brother was gone for 2 years, you know what I mean? And they have kind of a, he's not around. So I'm in Ontario, and it's almost like somebody passed away in a way. It was hard.
Wow.
And a bunch of other stuff happened, and that's where that song came from. But I decided to re-record it because I realized how much I miss my dad. My dad was just a real good friend and influence to me growing up, and he's been gone for oh my goodness, probably I haven't thought about, it's about 17 years now.
Wow.
But so that's kind of what inspired the lyric change and re-recording. I just wanted to get that out and get it heard again. I told you about Alabama, and the other songs, like I said, they were just kind of like really important songs to me. Like I played Fire and Rain at my dad's funeral. My mom asked me to play that for him. Mm-hmm. That was one of their favorite songs. Rocky Mountain Way. Joe Walsh has just been my favorite guitarist in the world, and he's kind of a sloppy arse guitar player, but he's just always been one of my favorites. I just loved his personality and his guitar playing. So Rocky Mountain Way is always one of my favorite songs. Bob Seger, Fire Lake. I actually worked with Bob Seger's producer, Jack Richardson. Nice. And always loved his music and the Guess Who's music and Alice Cooper's music. So working with Jack Richardson was amazing. So I wanted to do a Seger song that I really liked. It's one of my favorite Seger songs, but that a lot of people don't actually really know that song, surprisingly. But I guess that's probably partly why I wanted to do it too, is for that reason, and kind of give my twist to it too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, why pick the same songs that everybody plays all the time, right? Pick something that's a little obscure that you can make your own.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is a lot of people actually think it's your song if they haven't heard it, but it's a good song because it's from a great writer and it's catchy and everything. But yeah, that's kind of my thinking too. Yeah,
what I did was I put Alabama in the podcast, and I'm also putting Father in there because they're both originals. And
right on.
And I threw the last single you had before the new album, Bound for Glory. What's the story behind that one?
So Bound for Glory is one of my all-time favorite songs. It's another older one of mine. It's been re-recorded. Like the version that you have is brand new or fairly new.
Okay.
But I originally recorded that when I was about 16 or 17. And it's the first time, it was right before radio kind of died, like where you could go around to a radio station and give them your song and they'd play it. Because as you know, it's all programmed now, and it's the only people that are doing kind of the real thing now are people like yourself, which is really cool, by the way. But getting that played on the radio was one of the most amazing things ever. And I remember driving through the Okanagan Valley in British Columbia and just hearing that randomly come on a station. I think it was called the Lizard. And it blew my mind. Like that, if you're a songwriter,
yeah,
and you're just randomly listening to the radio, not expecting anything, and all of a sudden one of your songs comes on, it's like the greatest thing ever. I can't even describe it to you. It's just like, whoa. So that song, and it was written about my grandfather who lived in a place called Sauble Beach, and he kind of just was a reclusive kind of a weirdo guy. And I believe now, like in retrospect, I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure, that he had like Asperger's or something, because he was just a little different and he kind of didn't react to things like everybody else did. And, that was kind of the gist of the song, or part of the inspiration for it. And that song actually ended up in the Canadian National Archives at one point. They sent me this letter asking if they could put it in the, I don't know what that means even still, but it sounded cool. So I said, yes, it's probably like some cardboard file box under somebody's desk somewhere. But in my mind, it's in the side of the Rocky Mountains. It's in a vault, so that's what I'm going to stick with.
Maybe it's on display somewhere. Like an article about it or something like that. Maybe Yeah,
that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think so. Now that we've listened to the stories behind the song, let's take a moment and relax and enjoy the song "Bound for Glory."
Bound for glory, both hands held high. Just trying to flag down a ride. Heading south on the Dixie Road. Please, mama, stop, won't you carry my load? I've been thinking about all the things I've got to do. Old man running in the sand, thinking about things you don't understand. Pretty soon they're changing the tune you're playing. Enough to know where to run. Nobody's got the time to hear what you're saying. Big old train, carry on down that line. Take me far away best place. Southbound and I'm moving along. Everybody stop, just tell me I'm wrong. Tell me about all the things I've got to do. Old man running in the sand, thinking about things you don't understand. Pretty soon the change in the tune you're playing. Oh, maybe you're the only one that's crazy enough to know where to run. Nobody's got the time to hear what you're saying.
What an amazing song. Can you share your typical approach to songwriting? Do you start with the lyrics, the melody, or something different altogether?
So there's really no rules, man. It's like sometimes I always tell people and they laugh, but it's actually true. It's like there's a thing about I myself anyway, I'm going to speak for myself, but a lot of songwriters I believe are the same. It's kind of like we're emotionally constipated, I call it. And it's funny as it sounds, it's kind of like we don't know how to express ourselves really good. Mm-hmm. So for me, I literally, that's how I express myself for the most part, is to write a song about, something that upsets me or gets me excited or that I'm concerned about or whatever. And I've had everything happen. Like, there's one song, We Don't Talk Much, that was heavy on my mind. We were actually on vacation together in Italy, and we were driving across over to I think it was Venice or something, and I literally pulled out a piece of paper, put it on the steering wheel. I shouldn't have done this, and I started writing out the lyrics because I didn't want to forget them. And that song was written in about 10 minutes on the way to Venice. And then there's other songs like This Is America that I wrote that it just kind of like literally I just kind of in about 5 minutes it just kind of came out. And then there's other songs that you work on for months and months that you can't quite get or express what you kind of want to express, so you take more time with it and take a step back and come back to it. And but a lot of times too, I'll wake up at like 3 a.m. with something in my head, and my wife's kind of gotten to know what's going on. I'll jump out of bed or try not to wake anybody up and go to the other end of the bus and get my guitar and my phone and just kind of preserve a little idea. I call them like little seeds. And because if I don't do that, then in the morning it's kind of gone. It's disappears, dissolves. But that's a little. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, definitely. The smartphone is a great tool for jotting down or recording things as well, right?
Amazing. Yeah, it's been incredible too. I got like a multi-track studio on my phone.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I use the notepad, and then I have this other app. It's like a voice recorder, and if I have any ideas about stuff like that, I just talk into it and I get back to it later.
Is it the same for you? Like if you don't record it, it just disappears. You don't remember it, or
yeah. If I don't like log it into my notepad on my phone or record it, then I may forget it.
Yeah.
And the calendar is very important to me on the smartphone. I like to, as soon as I confirm a booking, I put all the info in there. I even put like an hour, 2 hour alerts on it, for the date that I have the guest on, so I don't forget. I don't want to overbook or forget anybody,
Exactly.
Very good thing to have a smartphone. I talked to Jay Luke yesterday. He was also at the ISSA Awards. He told me he likes to still write everything down on pad and paper. I guess he's old school,
Yeah, I do that too, because I had speaking of Alabama, when we were kind of stuck there, my phone took a dump and I lost I don't know how many song ideas that I had on my phone.
Wow.
So it's always good to have some paper too around, but yeah.
Just a few weeks back, you were a finalist at the 2025 ISSA Music Awards in Atlanta for USA Vocal Duo of the Year, and you won the silver. How was that experience for you?
That blew my mind. You were there too. I mean, I'm glad I was there because you and I met for one. But everybody. You remember everybody gets up and says, "Oh, I wasn't expecting to win anything." We really were not expecting to win anything. So when they called my name out, I was just blown away. And I that was an amazing experience. I'm just really, really impressed with everything Tammany's done, and just the way that songwriters are finally getting some recognition, and people like yourself that are doing something out of the regular program, which is just awesome, I think. And even sound engineers were getting awards, and I just thought it was amazing.
Yeah, incredible. It was cool. Tammany definitely throws a great event, and it's a wonderful experience. I told Jay Luke yesterday, I felt like a winner before I even got on the plane to go there. Just being a finalist was pretty cool, but then to get to go there and meet people like yourself and Jay Luke, and I met guys I interviewed before like Wolf Milestone and Andrew Dean, and the ladies Linda Marks and Birdie Nichols, all these people that I had on my show, just to actually see them in person and talk to them and just have a good time. I thought it was awesome. And then I got to meet new people, like yourself and a bunch of other people. I got so many phone numbers and emails, and I booked a ton of people, so it was a great experience.
Yes, I agree 100%. It was just we're super excited to go back again.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do it again, I think. My wife and I, we loved the city. We actually stayed until Monday. So Sunday we kind of just went around Atlanta and stuff like that, and went to different shops, and we went to go eat in a couple places and stuff. It was pretty fun. Yeah,
Atlanta's really cool.
So
that's awesome.
When are you going to make your way to Myrtle Beach? Did you contact any of those venues?
I did. We've had some crazy family stuff going on this week, but I've already contacted them, and I can't wait to get booked up there too. So that's going to be something that we're not too far away from, even in Tennessee, and we're looking forward to breaking in over there.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. There's a lot of cool places in my area. The ones that I gave you, those seem to be the ones that are jumping, that have artists like yourself there. And
awesome.
There was also one that I gave you that was in Nashville as well. The 8th Room. I know the guy that owns the place.
Sweet.
Yeah, his name is Jason Hollis, and he told me that if anybody wants to play there, just to contact the guy that's in that email that I gave you. So awesome.
No, I'm going to be chasing every one of those locations for sure.
Yeah, that would definitely be cool, because Robin and I, we'd love to see you and Ruth again if you guys make your way through town.
Oh, count on it, man, for sure. Definitely.
I mean, that was so cool that we got to hang out at the after party and just have something to eat together and just chill out and listen to some music for a little bit at least.
I loved it, man. It was so. I agree. It was like meant to be, for sure, because you're definitely our people.
Yeah, we felt the same way. My wife was like, yeah, I could see us hanging out with those two. I'm like, yeah, they were awesome. They're great people.
Absolutely. And as you get older, you don't say that as much as you used to say, right?
Right. It was like there was 2 open seats, and when you guys came over and you're like, do you mind if we sit there? We're like, no, come on in,
Which isn't something that we normally do even, we kind of just usually, after we're done playing, just kind of, slink off into the corner somewhere. But yeah.
I'm definitely glad that you guys did, though, because then we got to, meet each other and hang out for a little bit,
Exactly. Yeah. We were really, just loved the whole thing. It was amazing.
Yeah. And, next year you should maybe even think about maybe trying to play, like maybe doing one of the parties.
Yeah. I'd love to do that.
Like
I'd love to do that.
Even if you guys do like an acoustic set or something like that,
Yes. I just love that. We're definitely going to put in for that for sure.
You should. And then you could probably take your tour bus, right?
Yes.
What you should do is you should book some gigs like in the Tennessee area, like a couple of days before, and then make your way towards Atlanta, like when you're done,
Have a little mini tour going from where we are up to Atlanta.
Yeah, that would work. Definitely would work, Do you have any gigs coming up the rest of this week?
The next 3 days I'm off, and we're dealing with some pretty heavy family stuff back in Canada right now, but so I'm kind of dealing with that for the next 3 days. But after that, we're heading back to Tennessee on the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. That would be cool. How has your definition of success evolved since you started your journey? Was it originally about commercial success or personal fulfillment, would you say?
That's kind of that's a complex question. So when I started out, of course, I was a kid, and I found out early, the story about the microscope and all that. That really happened, and that was kind of an evolution for me from being interested in science and biology and being a doctor and all that into no, this is what I want to do. I'm a musician. But so growing up, of course, my dad was what you call a frustrated musician. So he's got 5 kids, and my dad was a stand-up guy. He really, I didn't realize how much he sacrificed his own interests until I got to be his age, kind of thing. And he put his music on the shelf. He was a full-time musician too, and he put it on the shelf to raise us kids, and he got like a regular job. Mm-hmm. And so, but he kind of lived vicariously through us. He became our band manager. And if you know anything about Joe Jackson and Michael Jackson, my dad was a white Joe Jackson. I joke about it, but he was really intense. And he, there was a lot of pressure for this and that. And my parents even had us taking dance lessons at one point because they wanted us to do some dance choreography kind of while we were performing, which is totally not me, but that's what their idea of whatever. So the reason I'm telling you all this is, we were kind of focused on success, not only as musicians, but to make money at it so we could keep doing it, kind of thing. But as I've gotten older, I realized that, my dad's long gone, and not that he was really good. He was what you call a hard ass. He was made us work really hard, but right. My own intentions, I've really come to be really satisfied with just having, even some people are like, oh, I feel bad there wasn't more people here, but if there's 6 people listening, I always tell people I'd rather have 6 people listening that I'm actually connecting with than 6,000 that are, watching TV or whatever and looking at something above my head like a TV screen with a football game or just don't care what I'm doing, kind of thing. So I really gained an appreciation to connect with my audience and really just enjoy and appreciate. And I'm really, really feeling blessed to have a connection with my music that way than rather than filling rooms full of people that want me to play, Sorry But Sweet Caroline. I don't mind Sweet Caroline, but it's kind of right. What I did 20 years ago, kind of thing, and I don't know if that answers your question, but that's kind of what I've really evolved into. If somebody's in, I was doing a cruise ship a couple of months ago, and there was you get those people that are on there just straight up to party, and then you get this group of people that are really interested in what you're doing, and they're really connecting with your music. I don't get upset when the party people leave, and I have nothing against them, but I'm actually kind of relieved to just kind of focus on the people that are there to actually listen to some real music, you know what I mean, and connect with what you're doing, kind of thing. I really have gained an appreciation for that more than just filling the room up, which is kind of where I started playing, 30 years ago or whatever, and that's kind of where I'm at now. Personal fulfillment has got to be more rewarding, I would say. Absolutely. And I don't think you really gain a full appreciation for that until you get to you've lived life a little bit and kind of realize what's important, what's a value, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
commercial success, I mean, a lot of people, they dream of that when they start out. But then once they see how it really is, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. And a lot of people wind up selling their soul, for that commercial success. They get told what to do, how to dress, what kind of music to play, things like that. Personal fulfillment is way better because you control your own destiny and you're a lot happier, I think.
100%. I agree with that. That's totally where I'm at right now. And as much as, like things come up where you're like, I wish I was making more money at this or whatever. But at the end of the day, I never wanted that crazy attention that these so-called rock stars get. I just wanted to connect with my audience. And that's, totally. Running your own kind of show is priceless as far as I'm concerned.
Right. As long as you and your wife are happy at what you're doing, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
Happy wife, happy life, right?
Totally. Yep. 100%.
Do you have a website that you'd like to promote?
I do. So it's robbielitt.com is my website. It's ROBBIELITT.com.
Mm-hmm.
And and everything, our tour schedule, our dates, anything, upcoming events, everything's on there. My music's on there. Contact information, everything's on there. Even some video clips.
Awesome. So if someone wants to go out and buy a copy of the new album Alabama, they can certainly go to your website to do that?
They can order it online, and you can also get it on Spotify, all the digital platforms. It's all on there. We do appreciate people buying CDs because I know most people don't have CD players, but they want to take something home from the band kind of thing, and that's kind of our connection still. And a lot of bands are still putting CDs out, so we always have CDs at our shows too.
They selling Alabama on Amazon.com as well?
I don't think it's on Amazon anymore. It was. But people can order it. They can get in contact with us off our website or whatever and order a copy of anything they want.
Awesome. So you hear that, folks out there listening, make sure you get to Robbie's website and get a copy of that album. I've listened to track 1 all the way to the end of the CD, and I think you did a great job on that, my friend. I love how you bookended with 2 originals, and then in the middle, you did all your renditions of your favorite covers. I think it was a brilliant choice.
Thank you, and thanks for taking the time to listen to everything. It really means a lot.
You're welcome, pal. Anytime. Now, is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today?
Honestly, so every week somebody sends me a song that they say they wrote that they basically pumped into AI, and I'm not, I don't want to get into that too much, but my point is, I want to thank people like you that are still doing the real thing, and people like the ISSA organizers, and musicians that are still playing live music and places that are supporting live music, because there's so much digital stuff out there, and just really, really grateful for people that still appreciate, homespun songs and I realize, there's a lot of great performers and entertainers out there, but I'm just really, really appreciating people that realize that there's people that write these songs. A lot of the artists that are out there aren't writing their own songs, and a lot of the songwriters don't get very much, if any, recognition for writing a great song, and I really appreciate anybody that supports that. So thank you, James.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. Like I said, I love the album. I think it's great. I think you did a great job on the songs that you covered. And, of course, the originals are great.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. Well, Robbie, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. It's been great chatting with you, and I'd love to do it again sometime. I wish you the best of luck with this album, and I hope you make your way through Myrtle Beach. I'd love to see you and your wife in person do a show.
We'll be there for sure, man. Well, definitely. Soon.
When you do, you got my number. Give me a text, and me and Robin will definitely love to go see you guys.
Thanks, James. Really, really appreciate everything you do.
You're welcome, sir. You have a great day, all right?
You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I want to thank Robbie for stopping by today and sharing his stories and music. But before we wrap things up, let's hear one more song off his brand new album, Alabama. This one's titled Father.
Father, I know you're out there. Please hear me crying like you used to do. Take me back home, 'cause this old world's had it. It's got no use for me. Whoa, whoa, Father, well, I know you're out there. Let me stand in your shadow like I used to do. Then, Father, you know it's crazy the way things can get you down. Well, I wish you were here, and I wish you were here. Well, I wish you were here. I got questions no one will answer. Sometimes I wonder what's right or wrong. So, Father, well, I know you're out there. I wish we could talk a while like we used to do. I wish you were here. Well, I wish you were here. And there's just one thing I could say. I miss you. I miss you. Love you.
The Record Machine Show is a weekly radio podcast produced by Jimmy Howell Productions. All rights reserved. For information regarding distribution or adding this podcast to your website, please visit our contact page at therecordmachineshow.com to submit your request. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Record Machine Show.
The Record Machine Show.